tears in my eyes. Didn't really want to give it back, obviously, but it's been good. The year's gone amazingly fast. It's been an honour and a privilege for me to represent the RNA and bring the claret jug all over the world and as many places as I have done. It was wonderful bringing it to all sorts of different countries, and been to a few countries where it had never been before. But letting people see it, and it's one of those iconic trophies that people see on television but never actually physically get to see it, and a lot of people did. A lot of people had pictures with it, and they all enjoyed it as much as I did. I didn't put, at any stage did I put any fluid in it at all. Nothing. It's just as too special a trophy, and so much respect for the Open Championship, and I couldn't get myself to do it. I thought about it a few times, but I couldn't get myself to do it. No. I'm in the champions area of the locker room, which is very nice. But last year at Royal St George's, I got my locker, and I was beside Mr. Watson and a few of the other guys, and I'm looking around myself, and I couldn't quite figure out why am I in this locker. And it was due to the late withdrawal of Greg Norman that Mr. Dawson decided, well, who can we put in there that won't offend anybody, that won't do anything? So they stuck me in the champions area of the locker room last year. So that's where I was. And then this year, I'm back in the same area, the champions area. But having won it, I've earned my place in that part of the locker room this time. Well, it's been a fantastic year, being Open champion. Obviously, as I told some of you guys last week or whatever, that it's been a much better year off the golf course than on the golf course. But I wouldn't change anything. From the day that I lifted the club and started playing, this all I ever wanted to do was win the Open Championship. And when it took me quite some time to reflect upon it and see where I wanted to go after I'd won it. And I struggled with that for quite some time. And then when I did, I then started practicing every hour of the day, and it wasn't quite clicking into place. So maybe now that I've given the jug back for this week, maybe hopefully I'll get back into playing the way that I can play. Get into the sort of mentality that I've got to, go out and play like the Open champion whenever, just playing the way that I play got me there in the first place. So I just got a little bit caught up and tried too hard. And, unfortunately, that's the nature of our game. You get success at the highest level and just crave some more. And I want to win again, and I want to win bigger and better tournaments. Not that there is none better than the Open Championship, but I want to win the big tournaments. And I just pushed myself too hard to do that. The course is going to play really tough this week. It's quite narrow. The rough is very, very penal, and as you say, we're forecast some rough weather. But that's the Open Championship. I think that's what we expect, and that's what we're going to get. So if the conditions are tough, that doesn't particularly bother me. That's fine. Accuracy is going to be the key this week. It's not really length off the tee; it's keeping it on the fairways, and indeed keeping it out of those bunkers. There's a few holes out there where prudence may come into play, and hit it off the tee. Even if you've got 220 left to the green for your second shot, it's better than having to chip it out sideways or backways out of the bunkers. So they are very, very strategically placed. So you've got to be careful with them. Grass is going different ways, and it's quite thicker. It's a little bit thicker than what you normally find on a links golf course, but it's really, really tough. If you start spraying the ball around this week, you might as well go home. You've got no chance coming out of this rough at all. So some of the longer par fours are going to play into the wind. Obviously, if you start missing the fairways there, you're really going to struggle. So it's a big challenge. There's a huge premium on accuracy this week. You've got to learn to lose before you can win. The lows of losing put you in a position where you can appreciate the joys of winning. And that was certainly my case. I've been in contention a few times before. I've strived for it my whole career, and I managed to get over the line in the end. And certainly, I did enjoy it last year. It was obviously one of the highlights of my career thus far, and I would love to get myself back in the same position. But losing is part of golf, unless you're Tiger Woods and you win his percentage of tournaments. But there's not many of us that do that. But it's part and parcel of the game. You got to lose and then enjoy the win, which I did.